I'll open on the second link.
Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
Woohoo! All right.
You're listening to Upbringing, Rockin Sexy Uncensored, only on LA Talk Radio.
All right. Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome back to another amazing episode of Rockin Sexy Uncensored. We are coming at you live tonight from Los Angeles on LA Talk Radio. I'm your host, AmberLynn, and once again, it is my great pleasure to be here in the house with you guys. RNSU works overtime, folks, to bring you celebrity guests and co-hosts from the cutting edge world of movies, TV, music, entertainment, and again, this week is no exception. We have yet another amazing show lined up in the house for our listeners tonight. And guess what, guys? She is, as you can see, as talented as she is beautiful. And she's live with us. Her single, Language of Ghosts, is currently on Grammy ballots in several categories and featured in Billboard magazine Grammy preview issues nationwide. Her song, it is dedicated to her friend who passed away, Amanda Tate. And what were her last words to her, which were, make all of your dreams come true. 2020 has her releasing her fourth album, Untamed Circus. Please welcome to Rockin Sexy Uncensored, live in the house tonight. It is Skye Delamey.
Hello.
How you doing, doll?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming across town to do the show live. We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
So we want to get into your music here, and you mentioned right before the show started, she said, well, we don't have to get into that with my friend. And I said, no, we want to talk about this. It is, I think, a lot of people, one of the things that drew me, outside of the fact that she's beautiful and her music is amazing, was that we seem to be, and I don't know if this is your experience, but we seem to be losing a lot of our talented artists and loved ones more and more and more, especially in the last couple of years.
Right.
So I know myself personally, I've lost a lot of friends and colleagues in the music and acting world, as well as family. And I'm still grieving over it. So the fact that you turned this situation that happened to you into a song and put your grief in music, I respect that. I wanted to explore that and talk about it. So why don't you tell us about it?
So, Language of Ghosts, it's about the way that ghosts can communicate to us using their own language. So it may not be necessarily in words or a tap on the shoulder. It could be in a symbol. It could be in a circumstance. It could be in a feeling that you get, or a vision or a dream. They can come in and speak to us. Our loved ones from the other side can communicate with us. Yes, it can also be in words, but that is not the only way. So that's why I wanted to use the word language in the title,
Okay.
so that we're open to different ways that spirits from the other side can communicate. It doesn't have to be in the English language or whatever language. It can be in symbols, phrases, circumstances, a feeling that you may get. So it's just
And this is like based on your own experience.
Oh, yeah.
Of what's happened.
my experience as well as others, like you always hear about people saying things like, oh, I felt a chill in the room, or the
Right.
light bulb started flickering, or I had the most intense dream and my grandmother came to me in my dream. You always hear things like that. So those are all examples of how the ghosts try to communicate with us. And it's a different approach to how people conceive ghosts. It doesn't have to be spooky or eerie. this is a more comforting way to kind of get the message out there that, you know what, your loved ones are not, they're not gone for eternity. They're still there in a different place. They're still alive in
Their
spirit.
essences. Well, first of all, I absolutely agree with you. And I've had multiple experiences that I could draw from, that I could go into on this. Specifically, what comes to mind immediately is that my older brother, who was a famous actor and a director, Buck Adams, he passed away. And he passed away very young. And he had a massive heart attack and a stroke. And I got to the hospital. My brother died in my arms. And it was the most amazing experience. It rocked me to the core. First of all, losing somebody you're that close to, but then that feeling of the life passing out of them while you're there. My brother did not leave my side for a week, and the reason I knew is it had nothing to do with seeing things in the room, although after that experience I could have been seeing things. But there was like an essence,
like
where his smell, his feeling, that I absolutely knew that it was him. You know, people have an energy with them that when it happens, it's in that moment, you don't question it whatsoever. You know who you're experiencing, and you know it's them. So I absolutely agree with you, and that's not the only time it's ever happened to me. But specific to what you went through, you lost, is it your best friend?
She was one of my best friends, yeah.
Okay. So tell us about that. So your friend Amanda.
Yeah. And I recently also lost one of my music managers actually last month.
Okay.
So it's really bizarre, Dick Michaels. But regarding Amanda, yeah, she was one of my best friends. She's someone we used to stay up till like 4 a.m. painting pine cones around holidays and painting walnuts for Halloween to make turn the walnuts into pumpkins.
Oh, really?
Do gingerbread houses, and we would just chat for hours on end, and it was so much conversation. And she had a lot of, even though we were the same age, pretty much, she had a lot to share and teach me even. And then one of the last things that she ever said to me, she just happened to write the words on a piece of paper and left it on the kitchen counter, saying, "You make your dreams come true." And
that was based on a conversation you were having.
Something like, it was a conversation. And she was just always like, the message from Amanda while she was alive was, stop focusing on the bullshit. Look at the bigger picture and what you can really do. Oh my gosh, like, you focus on your songs, focus on your real mission, why you're on this earth. At the time I was like, that guy was a jerk to me or whatever. Like,
we get sidetracked
by some dude, like some dumbass guy that I was dating.
I always call it sidetracked in the malaise.
Yeah.
You know, the malaise. This is the Michigas, the general bullshit.
So she was trying to be like, wake up and smell the cappuccino. That you got major fish to fry. There's, focus on the bigger picture.
So she wrote this on a card. She left it on your counter.
Yeah, on a big piece of paper. I have it framed.
And then
I have it framed, and then she
you
died
got word.
After.
Wow.
Very mysteriously, just.
And so this just rocked you, and you said,
Definitely.
I'm gonna write a song. I have to write her a song.
Of course. Yeah, because I still to this day feel her spirit all the time, and you can connect. You can really like meditate. I meditate constantly. I'm big on meditation.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Meditation is a great source of power that nobody can ever take from you.
Yeah.
It's an incredible way to recharge
and it also actually allows me to come to my own center and find out what is important to me, where when I'm getting sidetracked by life and the dog and whatever, bills, crazy, computer melting down, I'm in this whole spin, and then when I do that, I center myself and I can really find out, wow, and I've come up with the greatest ideas in those moments.
I love it.
When you're like, I'm gonna go write a song. What? I'm not a musician. Now I'm gonna be. Or I'm gonna be a writer. Or I'm writing a book. The things that I do. Yeah.
Answers are totally clear because you're your analyzer, they call it, like your chatty mind,
Yes.
it's quieted down, and then you recharge yourself and you replenish yourself from within, and no one external can give that to you, which is really cool.
Isn't
So
it
anyway,
amazing?
So I do connect with her sometimes, like in a trance. I'll be like, "Oh, Amanda,"
Right.
and I'll get a message. Yeah.
And so you wrote the song. When did all this start? This was on your 4th album?
Language of Ghosts is on the Untamed Circus album, and something unique about Untamed Circus is it's very heavy. It's the heaviest music I've ever done. It's 7-string guitars on the track, 5-string bass guitar,
Uh-huh.
dueling 7-string guitars. It's just heavy, and it's an aggressive sound, and I love that.
I loved it too.
So it's kicking it up like several notches as far as the music goes, the background music.
Now we have actually 2 of her songs, and I was chatting with her a little bit about it before the show, and the one that we're going to play first, which is The Language of Ghosts, and we're going to have you set that up once we get a little more backstory going, is more of a ballad. It's kind of a ballad. It doesn't sound dark, but it's like a friend, an ode to your friend or something, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I wanted it is an ode to my friend and other loved ones who have crossed over, and I just wanted people to have it's like supposed to be comforting to people in general who have lost their loved ones. It's kind of like a way to comfort them, just to let them know, hey, maybe your loved one is speaking to you. Be open to the language of ghosts in whatever way that it can show up.
That's awesome.
You know?
Let's go ahead and hear this song. Check it out, and we'll be with you in a minute.
There are no cobwebs here. There are no cobwebs here. I hear them loud and clear. I hear them loud and clear. Are they alive or dead? I really cannot tell. There are no cobwebs here. I'm clear as day. This song was a saying to me is the truth. They are trying to reach out to you. Help me to see the light. It's the ghosts they speak to me. It's the things they've said to me.
The Language of Ghosts. So we're sitting here talking about her single, The Language of Ghosts. This is metal.
Yeah.
This is metal.
Yeah. Untamed Circus.
Awesome.
That album is heavier sound. Definitely.
And the Detention song, the one we're going to
That's
play,
real
just
heavy, too.
now that's a lot heavier, and I love
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah.
Of course. So is this what you started out to do?
No, I have rock songs. I have a pop song to date called Oz.
Okay.
It's a play on Wizard of Oz. It's a play on that meets Lady Godiva.
So do you think that's like a
I have ballads.
sign of the times where you've evolved into metal? Because the metal's really popular now.
I have
and
it all,
everybody's-
but I still have Singer Songwriter as well. And even though Language of Ghosts is metal and so is Detention, they were both written on the piano. Every song I've ever written in my life, every song I'll ever write in my life, is first a ballad on the piano. That's how I was trained. That's how I taught myself.
Mhm.
That if you can pull it off acoustically, if you ever had to, the song has to be good enough and complete enough as a composition that you can play it acoustically if you had to, and then you can elaborate, and it can be metal, it can be rock, it could be pop. But so it was written on the piano. But I have singer-songwriter songs.
Isn't
as
that
well.
amazing? And then with something like this, because you're dealing with all of that grief and emotion and that heaviness.
Yeah.
So
But
bringing in that metal sound and those guitars
But
and
on
all
the
of
piano first, though. Piano is so badass. Piano bass and just the
Well, that's how
minor key.
Aerosmith writes all their songs, you know.
That is why I'm in the
Tyler.
music industry, is because of the piano. The songs
I
that
think
I
a
write.
lot of people start.
The piano is incredible. It's funny. I was
Like I know.
to Dan about it last night.
I'm just remembering that from way back
It's
then.
so
And they're one of the
complete.
greatest rock bands. I mean, they are
Well,
to
you
me.
have your treble. You have your treble.
Right.
And you have your bass. So you're playing lead and you're playing harmony. You're playing guitar and you're playing bass, and you can come up with the rhythm, the key. You have a lot of power if you understand piano. I'm very grateful in life that I play piano. That's the only reason I'm in the music industry, because I write songs on the piano to sing, and you can make decisions like, what key is it going to be in? Wait a minute, that key is too cheerful sounding for Language of Ghosts. I want it in this other key. It's almost like dipping a Madeline cookie in different frostings.
And like,
or
yeah,
chocolate.
here it is. This is finally, it's evolving.
Like taking vanilla ice cream and adding stuff to it. But at its core, it has to be a complete, easy to understand song, and then you can put it in whatever genre is appropriate.
Now, Language of Ghosts is not available right now. I was going to say, let's let your fans know, right? It's on Untamed Circus.
Well-
It's coming out in 2020, or,
Well,
well,
so it's gonna be physically available in 2020. It is available now on iTunes and Amazon. It's on all over. I have a ton of songs on Pandora Radio and iHeart, and a ton of music.
how can your fans go and pick them up now?
iTunes and Amazon is for sale now. Yeah.
Skye Delamey.
Skye Delamey.
Okay.
And then I have a website. My website's like a website on crack. I have like so many links and so much.
That's how I felt yesterday with my blog, that it was on crack. I was like, oh my
It's a
God.
lot of gigabytes. It's
Right?
like a
It's the
giant
new
ass-
WordPress update. It's got everybody feeling like it's...
Yeah. So, but it is available on iTunes, on Amazon.
Okay.
In 2020, the physical album will be released, and the physical. So I've released.
So
the
why didn't
single
you
so
hold
far.
it back? Is there a reason for that? You just want to tease them, give them a little tease?
Tease them for sure, and it's I just chose to release one song at a time to
Check
properly
it out.
promote
We've got
it.
a call coming in. Let's go ahead and
Yay.
see what's up. Welcome to Rockin Sexy Uncensored. You are live.
Hello, Amber. This is Charlie Brown.
Hey, Charlie Brown. Welcome to Rockin Sexy Uncensored. How you doing?
All right, how are you guys?
Good. Are you listening to the show? We're on with Skye Delamey tonight, listening to her music.
I am.
What'd you think of her song, Language of Ghosts?
I liked it. I think it was pretty good. I have a good friend that when I was in the Navy, he passed away, and every once in a while, I think I can feel his presence also.
Wow. You must have been very close to him. Were you?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
we were always there together. You know, and when he passed away, it was shock, but like I said, I think I still feel his presence. But what I want to do is I want to change the subject with you, if that's okay, just for a second here, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do you like surprises?
Yeah, I like surprises. I think we all do. We're girls.
Well, I purchased that the Perk of dinner and dancing with him.
Oh my God, that is amazing. Charlie Brown, our autobiography campaign that has been going on. One of the perks was dining and dancing with the star, and it was a big perk. It was $5K. And in support of my project, Charlie
Wow.
purchased the perk
That's
to have
really
dinner
cool.
and dancing with me. That's amazing. Thank you so much. I am truly, truly honored, and I so appreciate your support. Our autobiography,
I'm really looking forward to this here, you know.
that's just amazing. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much, Charlie. Wow. And I'm looking forward to a great time. We're going to have fun. It's going to be dining and dancing, and it's a great perk. And yeah, this is great. We could talk all about my autobiography. Thank you so much. Wow. I'm blown away.
Me too, but I am really looking forward to it. I hope you like Italian.
I love Italian. Yeah, I love all kinds of food, but I love Italian, and that sounds great to me. Wow.
Then we're gonna find a great Italian restaurant and have a good meal.
Thank you so much. And of course, you got to go dancing. I got to make you dance. It's part of the perk, okay?
Yeah, we'll dance the meal off, you know.
There you go. Wow, Charlie, that is amazing, and you've always been a great support to our stuff and my show, and call in so much and really support us and my artists and all of their visions and their works, and it's so appreciative. I'm really right now at a loss for words, and I just want you to know that our project has been open to all of the fans getting involved, and many of them have, but and that everything has been appreciated, whether you bought an 8x10 or you contributed in other ways by purchasing perks out of the perk store. This happens to be the biggest perk available, and Charlie stepped up to make sure that our project would happen. So we're looking forward to the autobiography. My autobiography will be coming out in 2020, and we are working on it now, and more will be revealed, because I don't want to take away too much from my artist for tonight, except to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I look forward to having dinner and dancing with you. This is going to be great. Okay?
Okay. You guys have a good night, okay?
Thank you, Charlie. We will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care now. Bye-bye.
How cool.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
What
That's
a
awesome.
great surprise. I was not expecting that.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
So anyway, so that's another project that I've got going on the side, and you can imagine, when you have people that are supporting your projects and fans and all that, and it's always great when they love your work and they are in
Definitely.
support of it.
course.
Yeah.
That means everything. Definitely.
So coming back to you and what we were talking about, yeah, it's amazing because, here we are, we're talking about this story behind people losing people, and, everybody has a story like this. And
Yeah.
I think that song really brought that out. This is your 4th album.
Untamed Circus is my 4th, being released. And
Did you grow up to be an artist? Did you want
yes,
to be a
my
singer?
whole life.
Your whole, you,
Since the time I could crawl, I have been playing.
you said, I'm going to be a singer. This is it.
Since before I could talk, I've been playing some form of a keyboard on a piano.
Okay.
Since I could crawl, my whole life.
And was it your genre focus? Was it metal, rock,
Anything and everything.
pop, whatever?
Everything.
Because I know that there was a lot of pressure in 4 albums. I mean, I don't know how many years have you been in the business.
My whole life.
Okay, so I know that there was a lot of pressure with young, pretty women, and to go into pop. We've had Tiffany was one. We interviewed Tiffany at the Rockin Sexy show, and another one who there was always a lot of pressure for pretty girls to do pop, and
Right.
a lot of female talent really had to really be strong. Lynn, I interviewed her. She was on my show, and she was like the queen of heavy metal from the 70s, and she said you had to be really strong back then to pursue
Sure. I
a
can see
career
that,
in
yeah.
heavy metal as a woman and a
Yeah.
solo female artist, because
Especially like if you're straight, I think, like girly.
right. Yeah, if you're girly and pretty, that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm not saying that you have to.
But you know what I mean? Like you're still girly.
Right,
You're not a dude, and you're not pulling it off that way.
right.
I do in my stage shows. There's a lot of girly things, and I love having the female fans. They're really, really supportive. So I
I
try
love
to
my
throw
female
that in.
fans too.
There's
Yeah.
costume changes. There's what I can do with the girl factor. I do.
Now let's go
Yeah.
into that.
It's a lot of fun.
I want to explore that with you. Now she's really known for her theatrical live performances, and every song tells an entire story,
Yeah.
and there's an entire show. So it's kind of like Phantom of the Opera in the same way, right? Where there's like a performance, and there's like all this theater that goes around you playing in the music.
Yeah, just a rock stage show. And I want to say my influence has been growing up going to Vegas my whole life.
Okay.
Vegas theatrics. It's never dull, and it's never just singing and playing. It's singing, playing, and then whoa, what happened there, and whoa, what happened there. And a lot of bands and artists do that, which I appreciate, where they kind of add a little extra to their visual stage show, so that when fans go to see a show, they're checking out the songs, but it's a visual feast as well.
That's keeping them a visual
What's with
feast.
the costumes, and what's with that hat, and what's with the chalkboard. It's just it's just another way for me to communicate effectively. And I have one song called Francis Farmer. I throw out pills. They're really Tic Tacs, but they're pills.
Uh-huh.
Bottles and bottles of pills. So the audience is getting fistfuls of pills. It's a song about psychiatric drug abuse or any kind of medical prescription drug abuse,
Uh-huh.
saying it can be just as bad as whatever, street drugs, like doctors, like evil doctors.
Right.
So every so often I'll bring an evil doctor on stage, but it's just a way to make a point. You know what I mean?
Now I find more and more artists talking about this today, that without a live show, you're not making any money because there's so much piracy going on
Right.
with the actual songs.
Of course.
They're just downloading and
It's
pirating
such a different
them,
world.
and that if you can't get out there and bring people into your
Totally.
shows, then
Totally.
you can't survive in the industry. So having this kind of show is only going to support that.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what it is. The world that we're in, it's just so different. It's so easy to hear a song, but to experience the moment, it's really cool that you can't download that. You can't download that experience. You really have to do it for yourself.
Where are you playing these days?
So I just had a show at the Mint,
Okay.
and then so many other shows. I have on my website, skyedelamey.com. If you click on tours, it's so many different things.
You mentioned the Palladium.
Yes, and then Viper and the whiskey. There's a lot, but
The
I
whiskey,
but
I
I
love the
also I
whiskey.
do shows for film festivals
Okay.
as well. I was a featured performer at the other Venice Film Festival, so it's not limited to only traditional venues. I've performed at fashion shows, so there's a lot of things. I just post them on a regular basis. I can't wait for 2020 because there are even more shows.
Well, coming out with the new album, you're going to
There's
have
going to be a lot.
right
Yeah.
a lot of new things. What about your backup band? Are
They're
you?
great. They're great. They're fabulous, and the guitars on Untamed Circus. It's the album Untamed Circus. The guitar work on the songs is really intricate.
Who
so
does that?
My guitar player who plays Nikolai, he's uncanny.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you talked about Bobby Moore, your producer, the guy that helped you produce.
Yeah. I think he won one of your guitars at the jam.
Are you kidding?
I think so. Was it like the vagina?
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Isn't
him.
that so
Are you
cute?
kidding?
That's why I mentioned him, because I thought it was really bizarre.
Now that she mentions that, she's talking about, I was at the Whiskey for the 69th show, and they asked me to give away a guitar, and Ira K. Black, who is one of our favorite artists, who's been on the show so many times, and he's played with so many bands. Yeah, you know Ira?
And he's a
you know Ira?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I wish you would have said something about that. Okay, so, and Ira, shout out to Ira K. Black. I think he's on the road in Germany right now. But anyway, he plays a guitar called a vagina. And it turned into this massive joke because Monty Pittman, who is Madonna's guitarist, was on stage to give away the guitar with me because he was doing the guitar tech that night. And when you go to the Whiskey, they do the Ultimate Jam Night is like a mishmash of some of the greatest iconic musicians, whoever's in town, and they all come down and they get together and they jam on stage. And this night in particular, I was giving away this guitar for the 69th show, and
my producer won it.
Your producer won it.
Yes.
And he legitimately won. Okay,
yeah.
so
and I saw it at his house. I was working
he was
on
so
language of
excited,
ghosts at his house, and his gorgeous guitar. It's beautiful.
And it's a beautiful guitar.
Black. It's like
so he played on your album with Iris?
No, he didn't play on it, but he produced it though.
Okay.
And he showed me the guitar, and I was like, "That is."
I would have hung that on the wall because I was like, they were like, when he won.
Isn't that a funny coincidence?
That is amazing, and it is such a small world in this, in this industry. But that guitar was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't want to let go of it. I was like, wait, and he's like, you don't play guitar. Well, get you another one. Let go of the guitar, Amber.
It really is stunning. I saw
Give up the
wow.
vagina, girl. Give up the vajayjay. I was like, okay. No, it's true.
So my producer won that. Isn't that funny?
Her producer won it. That's great. Shout out to Bobby Moore. He's got my vajayjay hanging on the wall somewhere, right? Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So he produced your album.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. So she has yet another song. This one is a little bit racier, and it is called Detention.
Yes.
I wanna give you guys a taste of that as well. Myself, because I love metal. I took to that song right away. So let's let you set this up for us.
Detention is based on a true story. I used to get a lot of detention in high school, a lot.
Okay.
And I went to a private school, and I had to wear little uniforms, and I felt very confined in the uniform, and that's the first line of the song. Confined in a uniform.
So it is about detention in
Getting
school.
detention and being bad, and shame on me for wanting to express myself through clothes or whatever. I had a leopard bag and platform heels, and I wanted to accessorize that ugly, boring uniform as much as I could, and I would get in trouble for that. And then I just didn't agree with traditional school. And, I was a free spirit, still am, and I don't have a traditional life. Music industry is very far from traditional. I'm not a 9-to-5er. So anyway, in the normal society, in normal school settings, you can get in trouble for that kind of stuff, not raising your hand or being kind of a bad girl. So I used to get a lot of detention, but it's a beautiful. The song is empowering. It's saying, "Hey, don't let even a teacher or anybody condemn you for being authentic and living life to the beat of your own dream." In the end, when I graduated high school, some of the very same teachers that gave me detention, they were like, "You know what? You were a square peg in a round peg school, but you're going to be all right." And I was. I achieved a lot actually in life because I was different and believed in myself. So that's what the song is about.
Wow, detention.
You were off.
That's amazing that you know Ira and Jessica.
What was that?
That's amazing that you know Ira and Jessica. They're friends of mine. They're on my show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How cute.
Tell me about it. Oh, wait, he's on the road with
I'm a vegetarian. He's a vegan.
yeah. He's on the road with who's Ira on the road with now? It's new. I had them on the show. They'll kill me.
But that's a conversation we always have because it's harder for him to eat as a vegan in Europe and parts of the world.
Awesome.